Hello my dear students, today we have to discuss a new topic for you, that is electric field. This topic is very similar as like we have studied in class 11, that is gravitational field intensity. Here also we have to discuss the electric field and electric field intensity. Let's start. What is electric field and what is electric field intensity? So your topic is electric field and electric field intensity. Before going to discussion, first you know that field is a concept. Electric field intensity is a physical quantity. That is capital E and it is a vector quantity. Electric field intensity. You just imagine this is a field and you are the owner of the house and it is your field. Here it is a grazing field, here is small house is here and small tree is here and so many are there. As you have a fence around it and this is your field. Outside this fence, this is not your field. This your field is inside this campus and you are the owner of this house and you are the source of this field. Now you see, a unknown person is just entering into your campus. Just see, as it is a vulgar and unknown person, your house dog is barking here. That means it signifies that you are entering the field of his owner. Owner means source, field of the source. When you enter this, now what happens? You enter close to this house. Again what happens? This dog will bark more and more powerful. That means this is the field of the owner house and field strength is more when it is nearer to the dog and field strength is less when it is very far away from the house. Similarly, same concept. Let this is the source charge is here. I have represented capital Q. It is a source charge. And it represents field of the source charge, that represent the electric field. And the unknown portion is named as a test charge. By convention, test charge is taken as positive. Source charge may be positive, may be negative. Keep in mind, source charge may be positive, may be negative. But by convention, test charge is taken as positive. If source charge is positive, then this source charge will repel this test charge with a force F. If the source charge is negative, then it will attract the test charge towards it with force F. Then how can you calculate the field intensity? Let small amount of force F is acting on your test charge Q. If unit test charge is taken, then what is the magnitude of this force? F by Q. This is known as electric field intensity. So how can you measure the electric field intensity? So electric field intensity can be measured as the amount of electrostatic force acting on the test charge per unit test charge. Total force is acting on the test charge is F. For unit test charge, force is acting on it is F by Q. So electric field intensity is termed as F by Q. As like gravitational field intensity, what we have read in class 11, the amount of gravitational force acting on unit test mass. Here you just say that the electrostatic force acting per unit test charge is known as electric field intensity. Now you come to definition. What is electric field intensity? So very clear, what is electric field intensity? So you can say the strength of the electric field intensity is defined as the amount of electrostatic force acting per unit test charge. By convention, test charge is taken as positive is known as electric field intensity. If you will write in vector form, then you keep vector mark intensity here and F here. If you will represent F is vector form, then intensity will be in vector form. Now you see what we have written here. Limit Q tends to 0. That means Q means test charge. Tends to 0 means very small. That means when you are measuring the strength of the electric field at any point, first thing you have to keep a test charge. That is small q we have taken. Why its magnitude is so small? Now each charge has one field. If test charge is too large, then its field will be too large. That means it will disturb the field of the source charge. So when you define electric field intensity and when you say the test charge, two things we have to remember. Test charge by convention it is taken as positive and magnitude of test charge is taken as very small. Again I am repeating, what is electric field intensity? The strength of the electric field intensity is defined as the amount of electrostatic force acting per unit test charge at a given point. Now you see, if you will keep source charge positive, you see that force is diverging outwards. If your source charge is negative, then you will attract. That means force is converging. That means the electric field intensity is diverging in nature if it is positive charge, source charge, and electric field intensity is converging in nature when it is source charge is negative charge. That means attractive in nature if its source charge is negative, repulsive or diverging in nature if source charge is positive. First we clear what is the direction of intensity. Direction of intensity is along the direction of electrostatic force acting on the test charge. In this case, the direction of intensity is along the direction of force. If source charge is negative, the direction of intensity is along the direction of electrostatic force. Simply you remember that for positive source charge, this intensity direction is outwards, that means diverging, and intensity direction is converging or inwards if source charge is negative. While we doing the problem, direction is very important, so you should keep in mind. Now here Q is the capital Q is taken as a source charge, small q is taken as test charge. And source charge, you remember, it may be positive or it may be negative. But test charge, by our convention, it is universally taken as positive. Now next question, why test charge magnitude is so small? So small means each charge has its own field. If test charge is so large, so it will disturb the field of the source charge. So we cannot accurately measurement what is the field strength of the source charge. That's why test charge is taken as very small. In board exam question also comes, why test charge is so small? It is so small such that it cannot disturb the field of the source charge in significant amount. Then what is the conclusion what we have read? First we know what is the source charge. So source charge creates the electric field. Source charge creates the electric field. And when you kept a test charge here, instantly a force is acting on it, that is known as F is equal to QE. Because intensity is equal to F by Q, so F is equal to QE. If any problem strength is given to you, electric field intensity, and charge is given to you, then what is the force acting on it? F is equal to QE. This is a formula for you. It also needed while doing solving the problems. Then we come to unit and dimension. What is the SI unit of intensity? First to recall the formula of the intensity. Formula of the intensity is E is equal to F by Q. Formula of the intensity is E is equal to F by Q. For SI unit of F is Newton and SI unit of charge is Coulomb. So SI unit of intensity is Newton per Coulomb. Clear? And you should simultaneously remember there is also another unit of electric field intensity, that is volt per meter. but now it is difficult for you how it is volt per meter. In next class, you can explain, I will explain you how the volt per meter. Now it is clear how Newton per coulomb, it is derived from this formula. There is another formula is also there. From that formula you can explain why SI unit is volt per meter. So you should remember that the SI unit of electric field intensity may be Newton per coulomb, it is also correct, and it is also correct volt per meter. Then you come to dimension of electric field intensity. Dimension of electric field intensity is F by Q. You remember the dimension of force is M1 L1 T minus 2, and dimension of a Q, a charge is A1 T1. So you check it, M to the power 1, L to the power 1, T to the power minus 3, and A to the power minus 1. So we know what is the formula of intensity, that is F by Q. What is the definition of intensity? That is the amount of electrostatic force acting per unit test charge at a point. Here capital Q is taken as a source charge, small q is taken as a test charge, and it is very important you should remember source charge may be positive or negative, but test charge by convention it is always taken as positive. Again also you remember why the magnitude of test charge is so small. Now it is so small, it cannot disturb the field of the source charge. And SI unit of intensity is either you can remember Newton per coulomb or you can remember volt per meter. It is not necessary to in memory what is the dimension of intensity. You just remember the formula F by Q, then you can easily calculate the dimension of electric field intensity. Now we come a derivation. Electric field intensity due to a single means only one, isolated, no other charge is nearer to it. Isolated means it is free from other charges. Point charges, you know what is point charge? When the charge body size is very small with comparison to a standard distance, it is taken as a point charge. Now we have to derive it. In exam you can ask derivation of electric field intensity due to single isolated point charge. Now we will start our derivation. We draw a figure here. It is taken as a positive source charge we have taken. You may also taken as negative charge, you also can take it, but here we have taken positive source charge plus capital Q. Point is O here. P is any desired point where we have decided to find the electric field intensity of this source charge, and distance OP is small r. Now you just remember, while you have to calculate the electric field intensity, your first task is you have to keep a positive test charge here. So we have to take a positive test charge here. Instantly a electrostatic force is acting on the positive test charge due to this source charge. As source charge is our positive, so force nature is repulsive, so force direction is outwards. Now intensity direction will be in this way, so here intensity direction is outwards, that is diverging. Then we have to calculate the derivation part. First to remember the electrostatic force in between capital Q and small q. F is equal to beta, product of two charges means capital Q into small q, divided by square of the distance. So we have taken r square. Clear? Now today we have know that the formula of electric field intensity, this is the general formula of electric field intensity, E is equal to F by Q. We have put the formula F here, beta capital Q small q by r square. Test charge is here, small q is cancelled out. So the rest part is your answer. E is equal to E is equal to beta capital Q by r square. I keep in box here and it is represented in magnitude form. While doing the problem, you will use the formula for calculation of magnitude. If you want to represent its direction, so you just see the diagram. Intensity is represented in unit vector r cap. So intensity vector is represented here. It is a magnitude part, beta q by r square, and its unit vector is attached to it. If you want to write it is in vector form, so you should write in this way. While solving the problems, if you are interested to calculate the electric field intensity in vacuum, so you give the notation E naught. In SI, you put the value of beta as like in electrostatic force, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R square. In CGS or electrostatic unit in vacuum, notation for vacuum is E naught, and CGS unit beta is 1, so formula is Q by R square. In as like in electrostatics force, you represented in SI system 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, and CGS system it is 1. And we will solve the problem in any medium, as like electrostatic force F is equal to F0 by K, here also intensity E is equal to E0 by K. You can write K dielectric constant, or you can write epsilon R relative permittivity. This is the formula of electric field intensity in vacuum and in any medium. Now we have to discuss the results of this formula, what we have studied one by one. This is the formula of electric field intensity due to single isolated point charge. General formula is F by Q. This formula is applicable everywhere, but this formula is only applicable for single isolated point charge. You cannot use in any other cases. This formula is only valid for single isolated point charge. If you want to write in SI system, then formula will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square. Now we have to discuss the various factors attached to it. First we come to source charge. You see the formula, if source charge magnitude increases, obviously electric field intensity increases. So strength of the electric field intensity at a given point is directly proportional to magnitude of the source charge. If source charge increases 2 times, then intensity increases also 2 times. So this is the graph, variation of E versus capital Q. You see the graph, and with increasing capital Q, capital E increases linearly. Then second point, how it depends upon the distance from the source charge, that means R. You see the formula, R is here, 1 by R square. So we have written E proportional 1 by R square. That means if distance increases from the source charge, if you will far away from the source charge, then field strength decreases. Field strength means field intensity decreases. Mathematical formula is like this. If you will plot the graph E versus R, graph nature is hyperbolic, and with increasing distance, the strength of the intensity decreases. Then another factor is medium or permittivity. Medium means the electrical property, that is permittivity, that is epsilon. You see the formula here, with increasing permittivity, the electric field intensity decreases. As like electrostatic force decreases, here also electric field intensity decreases. So mathematical formula is E proportional to 1 by epsilon. If you will increase the epsilon, then electric field intensity decreases. Graph is like this. Now next part is your test charge. You see the formula, there is no test charge inside the formula. That means if you will increase the test charge, there is no change in intensity. If you will decrease the test charge, there is no change in intensity. That means the electric field intensity is independent of magnitude of the test charge. It does not depend upon the magnitude of the test charge. So if you will plot the graph E versus test charge, so graph remains straight line parallel to x-axis, where the variable small q is taken. So overall discussion of the conclusion, what will decide on which factors the electric field intensity depends. 3 factors. One is magnitude of the source charge. If magnitude of the source charge increases, then electric field intensity increases. If distance increases, then electric field intensity decreases. If permittivity of the medium increases, then electric field intensity decreases. If you will increase or decrease the magnitude of the test charge, there is no change in intensity. You should remember this. Again I am explaining with an example. You see here how it depends upon the test charge. You see, let it is a plus 5 coulomb is a source charge. A question may ask, a certain distance is there. Let this point P is here, and question given to you, at this point P the electric field intensity is 10 unit if test charge is 2 unit or 2 coulomb, 2 microcoulomb. Test charge should be very small. Again I am repeating the question. Source charge is 5 coulomb, distance is fixed. If test charge is taken as 2 microcoulomb here, field strength is 10 unit. Then question may comes, if test charge is 3 microcoulomb, then what happens to the intensity? What we have studied? It is independent of intensity. So answer will be 10 unit. Whether it is 2 microcoulomb or 3 microcoulomb test charge, intensity remains same. Because electric field intensity is independent of magnitude of the test charge. Okay? And very little part for you see just. Now for problem how we will proceed the calculation of electric field intensity due to distribution of charge. Distribution of charge means more than one charge. There are 2 types of arrangement. One arrangement is discrete distribution of charge. Another arrangement is continuous distribution of charge. What is a discrete distribution and what is a continuous? Discrete means charge are distributed with a gap. There is a gap is also there. Number of charges are there, more than one charge, but they should separated from each other. Continuous distribution of charge means number of charges are there, but they are continuously distributed. I am explaining with examples. First we see discrete distribution of charge. Actually this is the theory concept I am giving you now. While doing the problems it will be very clear. Just to see the concept. Now you see the figures. So many charges we have drawn. Q1 plus Q1 minus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. So many charges are there. You are not visible to you. But the charges are widely separated from each other. That's why we are calling it discrete distribution of charge. In exam, I will give an example later classes. How the problem will solve. Just to see. This is the desired point. I am interested to calculate the electric field intensity here. This is the point number 4. First you see, if that means Q4 is here a test charge. This is test charge and these are source charges. You are just seeing the 3 source charges here. First you see Q4 and Q1. As source charge is positive, so nature of intensity is diverging. That means away from the Q1. You just remember how the direction comes. That is E41. Similarly, source charge is minus Q2. That is negative. So intensity is converging. And here the source charge is positive. Intensity is diverging. The respective direction are given to you. While you solve the problem, the resultant intensity E4, the vector sum of all these intensities, number of intensity vectors are there. E41, E42, E43, E44 does not come. E45, E46, etc. How will you represent it? This is known as the principle of superposition. How will you represent it? E vector is kept here. 4 is common. 4 is kept here. 1, 2, 3, 5. That is a dummy variable I is here. I from 1 to n. And you can also write I is not equal to 4. I is not equal to 4 because 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is the way to represent electric field intensity in discrete distribution. It will be clear when you will solve the problems. Don't worry. Now another problem for you, continuous distribution of charge. Continuous distribution of charge means charge is distributed continuously. There is no gap in between the charges. There are 3 types of continuous distribution of charge. One is your linear charge distribution. Second is your surface distribution of charge. And third is your volume distribution of charge. That means linear means one-dimensional problem. Surface distribution means two-dimensional problem. And volume distribution is three-dimensional problem. First to see how we will explain by linear distribution of charge. So just a line is given here. You just imagine a line is here. And the line length is L. charges are distributed continuously. You are just showing gap is there, but there is no gap. Charge is distributed continuously and uniformly. Let the total charge is Q and total length is L. For L length, charge is Q. Then for unit length, charge is Q by L. So what is Q by L? Charge per unit length. It is represented by symbol lambda and it is known as linear charge density. What is the meaning of linear charge density? Charge per unit length. If your question comes what is its SI unit, so you can write coulomb meter inverse. Now we will proceed for how can you calculate the intensity. Let this is a desired point P here. First what will happen? You will take the small length element dl. Total length is L. You take a small length element dl. Your first thing is you have to calculate the charge dq, small charge dq associated with this small length element dl. How can you calculate? For unit length you know that charge is lambda. You have to define here. For dl length charge will be lambda into dl. So here dq is equal to lambda into dl. While you solving the problem, first you have to calculate intensity due to small charge distribution dq. So you assume that this is a point charge dq, this is the distance r. What is the formula? Beta magnitude of the source charge dq by r square. Just we have derived this formula. Intensity is equal to beta magnitude of source charge by distance r square. Similarly here, magnitude of source charge is dq and distance is r. Then you represent dq is equal to lambda into dl. This is known as intensity dE. While you calculate the total intensity, total distribution of charge, so we have to integrate this amount. So we have to integrate dE, beta and lambda kept constant outside, integration of 1 by r square dl. When you will solve the problem, data will be given to you, so you will put the limiting value here, then you can proceed the how can you calculate the intensity. This is the procedure you have to remember. For continuous distribution, you have to calculate small intensity due to small distribution of charge dq, then put the formula, then by using the limiting value, then we can calculate the intensity. Similarly, same phenomenon will be discussed for surface distribution of charge, for volume distribution of charge. So you see here, this is the surface distribution of charge. Surface distribution means we have to keep two-dimensional object. That means we have to need a surface. This is a two-dimensional surface. Let its area is A. Total charge is Q. Then for unit area, what will be the charge? Q by A. This is known as surface charge density. Symbol is sigma. In a linear charge density, symbol was lambda. For surface charge density, symbol is sigma. Here SI unit will be coulomb meter to the power minus 2. Similarly, how will you proceed? Let the desired point P here and choose a small charge element dq. How will you represent dq? This is a small area dA. For unit area, charge is sigma. For dA area, charge will be sigma dA. So instead of dq, you can write sigma dA. Put here and integrating both these sides, so we can calculate the total intensity E. Similarly, volume distribution of charge. This is a three-dimensional. That means you need a three-dimensional body. Let the three-dimensional body is sphere. Here total charge is Q and its volume is V. Then for a unit volume, what will be charge? Q by V. Q by V is known as charge per unit volume. It is known as volume charge density. One is linear charge density lambda, another one is surface charge density sigma. Now the volume charge density is rho. This is coulomb per meter, this one is coulomb per meter square, and volume charge density will be coulomb per meter to the power 3. Then how will you proceed the intensity? Let the desired point P here. Distance from small charge dq is r. So formula is beta dq by r square. This is the small amount dE. Then you represent dq. How will you represent? For unit volume, charge is rho. For dV small volume, charge will be rho into dV. As in surface charge distribution, dq was sigma into dA. For linear charges, dq was lambda into dl. Similarly, here rho into dV. So, you will constant term taken outside. By integrating, you can calculate the electric field intensity. So, our overall conclusion is that today we have discussed the concept of electric field and electric field intensity. Electric field is a space. It is a three-dimensional space around a charged body. Charged body means source charge. It creates an electric field. If you will keep a test charge here, any point inside the electric field, then electrostatic force acting on it. Per unit test charge, it is termed as electric field intensity. E is equal to F by Q. This is the general formula. It is a vector quantity and its direction is diverging. That means outwards if the source charge is taken as positive. And its direction is converging inwards if source charge is taken as negative. This is very important. While you are doing the problem, you need the direction. First you remember, if source charge is positive, then intensity direction is outwards. That means diverging. If source charge is negative, then it is inwards. It was only possible that we have chosen the test charge is our positive test charge. Now, unit while doing the problem, general formula is E is equal to F by Q. If E is data given, you can put the formula F is equal to QE. The unit of intensity is Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. Then we have to discuss or derive the formula of electric field intensity due to single isolated point charge. That formula is beta magnitude of source charge divided by r square. If you will do the problem in SI unit, you put the value beta 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. If in CGS unit, you will put the value that is 1. Then you have to remember the factors on which electric field intensity depends on the due to source charge. One thing, it depends upon the magnitude of the source charge, which is directly proportional, and with the increasing the distance r from the source charge, if you lay far from the source charge, then electric field intensity decreases. If you increase the permittivity of the medium, then also electric field decreases. And it is very important you remember, electric field intensity is independent of magnitude of the test charge. Then what we read? Now how can you solve the problems for discrete distribution of charges? For discrete distribution of charges, we have to first check what is the intensity vectors. Then we have to vectorically we have to add it. For continuous distribution of charge, first we have to check it is a linear or surface or volume charge distribution. For linear charge distribution, we need a parameter that is a lambda, linear charge density, for calculation of problem. For surface charge distribution, we need the term sigma, surface charge density, and volume charge distribution, we need the value volume charge density, that is rho. So you should not worry about what is the discrete distribution of charge and what is continuous distribution of charge. That part will be very clear when you will solve the problems. So you just follow it, then we will proceed how you will calculate the electric field of distribution of charges. Thank you.